What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest here. I have with me Michael from the Levor Insights channel. Say what's up, Michael.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
So, like I said, Michael's channel is the Levor Insights channel. If you don't know him, he's definitely very similar to what we speak about over here on Ty Speaks. Very into personal development, very into teaching others and sharing information with others on how to take control of your life. So if you're into that and you're into a new type of new type of style, real relaxing, down to earth type style, you definitely want to go over to Michael's channel, Levor Insights, and subscribe to his channel. He's a fairly new, I think, and he's growing at a good pace for himself, real growing, and it would be real cool to get him some support and the recognition he deserves. So we're going to, oh, hold on a second. Before we get started, I'm going to make sure that we are good here on the stream. So, Michael, we were just talking earlier. How has your day been?
It's been good. Just came home from
Sure
work,
that we are good here on.
and now I'm just here. Got ready for the interview, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much how my day went
Nice.
so far.
So we got Jessica in here, Alex. What's up, guys? What's going on? And hello to everyone else who is watching. We're going to get into this interview shortly.
Oh, and I see Alex. He says he's seen me before. I've been on a few live streams with Ty
Yeah.
and Zach from ThinkShare, so that's maybe where you have seen me, Alex.
Absolutely. And if you don't know who Michael is, go over to his channel. First link in the description. Subscribe to his channel. He's growing, and he's really, to be honest, he's not getting the recognition he deserves. He's putting out a lot of great content, a lot of awesome messages, and a lot of the different way to personal development that not a lot of people are speaking about. So he's definitely a unique channel. Go check him out. First link in the description.
Thanks a lot, Ty.
Yeah, of course, man. All right, so let's get into this. To begin, Michael, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Michael Arcana. I have a YouTube channel called Levor Insights, and that channel is dedicated to share ideas to anybody, to people who have a path in life. So whether you're trying to find your passion or you're already pursuing your purpose, this channel just gives you ideas about how you can ideas to kind of motivate yourself or ideas to take action. So those are in essence what I want to do. I know everyone's in a different journey, and my channel aims to take steps to reach your ideal life. And in terms of steps, it's always taking action. So whatever you want to do, take the first step, take the action to get to where you want to be.
Awesome, awesome. So that's your YouTube channel. Again, go over to him, subscribe. We were just talking earlier about you are into Muay Thai. You're doing some salsa. What the heck? And I remember you saying that you're going to be running a 5K. So talk a little bit about those things. Those are some awesome extracurricular activities. What are the reasons behind you doing these things? And yeah, let us know what you're trying to get out of taking some salsa classes, some Muay Thai classes, and running a 5K.
So when I first started the channel, I was always into self-development, and that's mainly because, from the beginning, it started sometime in college. I wanted to be just just a good person, the best person I could be. And over the years, I realized in order to be the person I want to be, there had to be times where I had to get uncomfortable. And Muay Thai, salsa, and doing the 5K, they're all uncomfortable things. Believe it or not, at first they were uncomfortable to me. In terms of Muay Thai, I wasn't really when I was young. My parents didn't really take me to any self-defense classes. So I figured, hey, I'm 26. I felt like I need, it's good to learn some self-defense classes, something that where I can, in the event of if I get, I mean, just in case, I felt like
Right.
some sort of a martial arts would be useful. But not only that, I also read about Bruce Lee and how he used martial arts to develop himself as a person. And the thing is, I used to think martial arts was just, oh, you gotta use your brute force, brute strength, and you want to beat everyone up. But the more I looked into it, the more I looked into Bruce Lee's philosophies, people who practice martial arts, I learned that they're not really people who just want to beat you up. They're actually cool, down to earth people. Martial arts is just an outlet for them to express themselves, and also it's a great way to practice self discipline. And the reason for that is because you learn all these moves, how to fight, how to beat someone up, but the the thing I realized about it is that that's not the purpose. The purpose is to control yourself. It helps you control your physical movements, but also it also helps you control yourself internally. So it can quell the anger in yourself. Or for me, that's how I saw it, and that's how I saw it when I saw these people practicing martial arts. So I wanted to get into that, and I just took a class at a community college, and just looking at the teachers, that's the kind of vibe that I saw in them. They they didn't want to beat people up. They just wanted to teach the art and teach or kind of guide us into how they see the art and how it made them better. Um, for salsa, I've always danced ever since I was in high school. I started out with breakdancing, and then in college, I took some salsa classes just to get myself out
Nice.
of the comfort zone
Yeah.
and to meet people. It's like a social aspect for me. A lot of, and the reason why I'm taking it now is because a lot of times I've been to myself doing my own projects on YouTube. I don't really go out as much. I just, I'm always thinking, meditating, doing videos, doing work. So I felt like if I do a social activity, I'd want it to benefit myself. So that's how salsa came into the picture. It's a good way to socialize with different people, and it's a cool dance. So I recommend it for
Nice. I
anyone
didn't
out there.
I didn't know you were a dancer. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could
And
dance.
or
Like a specific one, like how you know how to break dance or you know how to do salsa. I wish I could do that. I mean, I know how to you know, just move around a little, whatever, but nothing crazy.
never too late. There's always a class. There's always someone out there, whether it's a gym or if you Google, there has to be like a teacher or something.
Absolutely.
But yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
what was the main reason you started getting involved with personal development? Was there like a specific turning point in your life? Was there like a traumatic event? What was the main reason you wanted to make that a major thing, a part of your life?
yeah. There were, I'd say there's two events that happened in my life. The first was when I was in college, when I was studying chemical engineering. In my third year, I something clicked in me. It said, I'm not into this stuff. I mean, I did it because there was influence from family. Um, it said, hey, this is a good stable major. You'll get a good stable job. And I let that kind of influence me for my college career. And it wasn't until my third year I took a philosophy class, just a basic philosophy class. And that class just helped me question life in general. And it kind of paved the, the path for me. And philosophy, you learn how to question things, why are things the way they are, concepts like metaphysics, and and I never really questioned the world in that way. And that was one of the first turning points. From that day on, I questioned myself um, every day, questioned my actions, and I ended up finishing my chemical engineering degree. And after that, I I didn't find I tried applying for jobs, but it wasn't I didn't find a career in my degree. So I ended up in my first year, I was working for a financial software company called Ebix, right when I graduated from college, because I had student loans to pay off. So for that first year, I just said, okay, I'm gonna pay off these loans, so I won't be shackled by them. And then second year, I started working for the County of Los Angeles as a safety assistant. Part of that's because my family, they're both work for the government, and they mentioned it's a stable job. You get retirement benefits, medical and dental benefits. So I thought, okay, I'll go for that, see where that takes me. And so yeah, see where that takes me. And so this is gonna lead up to my next event that happened, which is my divorce. So I was doing a stable job. I met my uh, ex-wife 2015. We dated for over a year, almost a year before we got married. And she was also working for the government. We bought a home, and she was more of the proactive person, and I was very cautious because even though I questioned life and questioned things, I was still very cautious. I was still fearful. So you can see there's two in this relationship. There was two personalities. One who was very proactive, wanted to get things done, and I admired that about her. And then there was me who was always scared, afraid. I didn't want. I always wanted to take the safe route, but it wasn't until the divorce, which actually happened early this year, that's when I felt like my world kind of turned upside down. And I just realized, you know what? My relationship may have ended, but I still have a life to live. And the life I want to live is a meaningful life. And the channel I created is kind of like a child of what I went through, because that's why I want to share ideas to help people in their path in life. Because no matter where you are, you can always move up. You could be at the rock. You could always hit. You may be at rock bottom, but there will be always moments where you could just at least take the first step to move up or move to a place where you want to be. So that's essentially the whole story. Yeah. Of, yeah.
Wow, so your journey has been fairly
A lot.
recent, huh?
Yeah, it's also been fairly recent, which is why my channel, it really just started early. Yeah, this year, January, February is when I started posting videos. But yeah,
Hey man, that's a hard thing to go through, especially with being connected with someone for so long, and definitely having your family trying to tell you what to do. Those are very hard things to overcome, and you're a prime example of responding to your situations in a positive way. Because a lot of people could have been in your situation and taken what happened in your life. Maybe let's say that happened to them as well. And they could have taken that in the complete opposite direction. They could have been like, my parents are right. This is what I need to do. Or
yeah,
they could have put all the blame onto the person that they excuse me, that they were separated from. But as we can see, you know, you tried you tried something out that your family thought was best for you, and you figured, this isn't for me. You had a relationship with someone, didn't turn out the way you expected it, but you still have respect for her, and you still
Yeah,
it's not like you put the blame on her, and it's just two different people, two different,
yeah,
they
definitely.
didn't match. So that's awesome. You're already one step ahead of the game because not a lot of people would have done or responded the way you did. So that's uh, that's true strength right there. And I can only see more and more great things coming from you. The more you begin to open up, the more your channel begins to build, and the more you branch out to new things. I can see that a lot of great things coming your way. So it's only uphill from the negatives that happened in your life. Those are learning lessons. And think about that tonight. Like, what lessons have I learned from these two major experiences that happened in my life?
Right.
What are some lessons that I can learn from it about myself, about others, and just about the situation in general and how I can handle it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's some food for thought for you.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
of course.
that's why part of the reason why I created this channel it's because for me I chose, I made my decisions, you know I guess failed, succeeded, but through everything I've done, I can comfortably say, or I can confidently say that I learned a lot. I learned life lessons. It built my character, and it's something that I guess no one can take from me, and something I want to instill in others as well.
Absolutely. So, top three mentors.
Top three mentors. Let's see. That's a good question, and I know you've asked other people too in your interviews. If I had to just bring it down to three, I'd say I'd still put my family as mentors because no matter what, they they were my they took care, they did everything they could to help me become, a good person, and I could say that they did that. They taught me how to. I mean, my parents were both married, and that's where I got my idea of marriage because no matter what happened, they always stayed together. They worked things out, and I realized that there's their marriage, but not all marriages are the same. But it's good to know that there's marriages out there that are strong because both people are willing to work it out, and I respect that a lot. And I also, not too many people have families that take care of their kids, stable, family with a stable environment. And I'm actually one of the fortunate people who has that. So that's something that I always think about, and I'm always thankful for because not everyone could, not everyone has that lifestyle. So I take that and just remember that, always be aware that not everyone has the same life as me, or not everyone has the same life in general. We all go
Right.
through our own struggles.
Right.
um
So you're extremely grateful.
yes, always. And
That's an
um
amazing that's an amazing trait to have, and not a lot of people possess that, especially in that situation that you're speaking of, where you were saying that you have a lot more than than most.
yeah. So that's why my family is always first. um in good times and bad, they're always be my mentors. The other two would be Bruce Lee. Like I said, he used martial arts to develop himself, and he
Nice.
he was never really a biased person either. he took things as they are. So I like that mentality to see things how they are, not yeah, see life as it is. And the last person would be Steve Jobs, because in a weird way, he's a philosopher too.
Yeah.
He made Apple, he made the Mac, but he had great things to say. He mentioned, stay hungry, stay foolish, which means always, always want something more out of yourself. Um, and he was mentioned that the things that are created, all this stuff that we see, are made by people not smarter than we are. So that puts things into perspective that we all have this playing field that we're in, and just have to really, whatever we want to do in our life, we just have to really work for it. I think that's what I got from him. So yeah, those would be my top three mentors, just because there's a deeper, something deep in them that I took. Yeah.
Right. And each mentor you mentioned has had significant impact. Your family has a significant impact on you because that's how you've become the man you are today. Bruce Lee and Steve Jobs are um, well-renowned, celebrities or mentors or people or just individuals that people look up to within society. People look up to them in a positive way, and they have
Right.
spread a message in a positive way. Whether it's through Steve Jobs' actions, where he's just so driven on what he believes, and nothing will get in his way of his success. Or you have someone like Bruce Lee, who is very transparent about life. Life is the way it is, and that's how it's going to be. But at the same time, he knows that he can build the life he wants.
Right.
Life will be the way it is, but he still has the power to um, create what he desires for himself. So
Right.
it's so what I really liked about all three was they all have had a significant impact on your life and others as well. So, and I really like the family one, and I can't say that, I come from the same place because that's just, I like, again, we're different, we come from different places. But I definitely want to be able to say in the future that I could consider my family a mentor and people that I look to learn from.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I just had. So why do you think personal development is so important? We understand why it was extremely important in your life and relevant in your life, but why do you think if someone wants to, if they're if they're questioning why they should get into personal development, why do you personally think that it's so important for someone?
Right. So with personal development, I see it as a kind of like your armor, your shield. It's because in life there's a lot of things that can happen. Um, simply if you're in LA, you're driving through traffic, and the traffic's pretty bad, right? There's cars everywhere, and it can cause stress. Dealing with people, sometimes that could be stressful. Something doesn't go your way. Your project got deleted. You accidentally delete it. There's so many examples of things that could go wrong. So I see self development as a way for anybody to handle situations appropriately and healthfully. Because if something goes bad and we overreact, or we think, oh, it's the end of the world, and we waste a lot of time and energy doing that, instead of saying, okay, this is what happened. It happened already. What can we do to fix this? Or what can we do to prevent this event from happening again? So I see self development as a way to analyze situations and act appropriately. And it's also just for yourself too. what kind of person do you want to be? Are you happy where you are? Are you happy living the life you are? If you are, then um, that's good. But if you're not, if there's something bothering you, self development is a skill that can help you overcome or get through those troubled times, which has done for me. I could personally attest to that, definitely.
Awesome. I think you got have a question, a quick question in the chat.
Yes. Oh, yes. Random question. Are those Funko Pops? Yes, I have Funko Pops. They're one of them is Iron Man. Um, two of them are from Attack on Titan. They're the Aaron. Was it Aaron? You guys know Attack on Titan? There's this character named Aaron.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, let's see, the Flash. That was a gift from one of my good friends. And then Marceline from Adventure Time. That one I just bought just for fun. Yeah, those are just decorations that I have in my room. But thanks for noticing.
Uh, awesome. I think I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, and I didn't really get into it. I'm more of a Naruto guy.
Yeah, Naruto. There's a lot of self-development feature, characteristics in there.
Absolutely.
I see random clips sometime. I'm like, wow,
I think
interesting.
I think that's why I was so drawn to it as a kid.
Yeah,
But there's a ton of lessons I learned from Naruto. But anyways,
yeah.
um, so we answered why do you think personal development is so important? Also, for the people watching, why do you think personal development isn't so important? Or maybe you have questions about personal development. Let us know
Yeah.
in the chat. And we're about halfway through this interview because I do have to leave a little early. I have some other things to do. But yeah, if you're just joining us now, whether you're on the rerun or in the stream right now, I'm here interviewing Micheal from the Levor Insights YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who Micheal is, you want to get to know him a little more, make sure to click the first link in the description to subscribe to his YouTube channel. You can click the second link in the description to follow him on Instagram as well. He's very active and consistent on Instagram. I love the posts that you put on there. Because I don't really see those too often, you know?
Oh, quotes. Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
quotes that I find very interesting, and I hope other people find it helpful to them. So that's part of what I do too.
absolutely. So, again, if you're new to who Micheal is, make sure to subscribe to his channel. You will not regret it. You'll definitely get a new perspective on life, on building a better life, and a new chillaxed, layback style from him.
Thanks. Yeah.
So, why do you do what you do?
So I think I touched on it briefly. I do what I do
Okay,
just so.
just touch on it again, just a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. I do what I do because I want to be able to help people just whatever life they want to live, um, whatever they want to accomplish. This my YouTube channel gives you ideas to do that, to accomplish that, ideas and people from history. So I like to put in good examples. Like I did a series on Miyamoto Musashi, how he used his mentality to overcome the people he fought, to overcome other warriors. And it's interesting, even though he I wouldn't say he's a brutal guy. He's just someone who lived at a time where there was a lot of brutality, and he had to use he had to develop himself mentally and physically to survive. So that's how I saw his point of view. And there's other point of views like that. When I first started my series, I did a my first video was on the defining decade, and it was about how in our 20s it's our prime years to grow and develop. I think the book it stated that too many people wait later in life to get things started, to go to where they want to be. But the earlier you start, the earlier you take action, it's better in the long run. So it's my channel just gives ideas to help develop a person the way they want to. Yeah.
Nice, which was going to lead me into my next question, which you pretty much answered. You have a YouTube channel, what do you speak about on there? But you've already expressed what you do on over there. But how long have you been on YouTube? I think you probably answered that a little earlier, but specifically, how long have you been on?
Yeah, I started in January. Actually, I started sometime in January, but I didn't post videos until February. And the reason something actually sparked me to start YouTube, it was I was always into self development, but there was a video about I don't recall, but some guy was saying, "Hey, YouTube is a good way to market yourself." It was like a marketing plot, or someone who was just talking about the benefits of YouTube. And I thought, hey, you know what? Yeah, YouTube is a good way to reach different people and to collaborate. And so that's what kind of started me in that path to choose YouTube, because there's a lot of other ways to get your message out there, but I see YouTube as one of those effective tools. And Ty, you've been growing as well, so I'm sure you agree that it's an effective tool to share your message with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it definitely starts off slow for a lot of people, and you get those select few who just pop off right away. You know, I've I know some people who have gained thousands and thousands of interactions with people just in the course of a few months. And I know others who have been on here for years and are still trying hard to build their audience. So it all depends, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that you are able to give value to at least one person.
Yes,
So
definitely.
um, YouTube definitely good for marketing, definitely good for your brand, connection, networking,
Right.
all of that stuff. It's real awesome. So, do you have any short-term or long-term goals for your channel?
Yeah, actually, my when I initially started, my goal was to just do YouTube for a year, because a lot of people they started and then they stop or they
Right.
give up. So for me, I said, that's a good first step. Just posting content weekly, no matter what. If it's a live stream or a video that I edit, just post. And then as months passed by, I thought, oh, okay, now how can I make the content better? So my goals have changed here and there. My goal now is just to create, like, I'm buying newer equipment, or equipment that will help me with my channel. So I've saved up money for that purpose. So it's still right now it's in the developing stage. I haven't had a goal to reach a certain number yet, but I will have that within the next month. But right now it's just posting consistently, learning from YouTubers out there, how they present their material, see what I can take from them, and how I can present it from in my channel, in my perspective. So my goal now is just post consistently, and just to listen to the audience, just give and take, kind of like build. That's my goal, just to build myself a
Right.
little bit.
Do you have any like long-term goals for like a few years ahead of time? Where do you see your channel in a few years, or where do you want to see your channel in a few years
That's a
if you're
good
still on
question
YouTube?
too. Yeah. Ideally, YouTube. I For some reason I still see myself just posting consistently. Yeah, no matter what, no matter how much the channel has grown or not grown, just just to get different material out there. There's so many books, and
Right.
not everyone can read all the books in the world. So I see it as I'll never stop having content
Right.
because there's so many books, and there's so many books just from the past, like hundreds, thousands of years ago. I mean, wow, like I feel like I could never stop producing videos. So in the long term, I see it just expanding to other countries. Like, right now I'm in the US, but I want people from other countries to hear my message out. So, yeah, Japan, China, yeah, that's my goal. I'm actually learning Japanese too, and I'm planning on taking a Japanese course in a Japanese school in the next month. So
Yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff, which is awesome, and you're learning how to defend yourself, you're learning martial arts, you're learning a very popular style of dancing, and you're learning a new language.
yes,
That's some that's some like serious stuff, and you're actually doing it. You're not just talking
yeah,
about it. So that's some awesome stuff.
yeah.
Those things are definitely gonna take you far. And I remembered you saying
Thanks.
something about you wanted to teach English
Yeah,
in Japan or China. What was it?
yeah. That's one of my major goals in the near future, to teach English in Japan through the JET program. And for those who don't know about the JET program, it's a the government of Japan sponsors people from the US or other countries to go to their schools in Japan. And it could be anywhere. It could be Tokyo to Hiroshima, anywhere in Japan, to teach English. And you could be teaching young kids or teaching middle schoolers or even adults, or I'm sorry, college level. So I feel like that's something that I just grabbed onto, for myself, because it's weird. It's interesting how I met teachers in YouTube like Zach and Matt. Zach from Think Share, Matt from Greatness Every Day.
Yeah.
Because wow, like I see the passion to teach in them, and that passion is also growing in me. I'm taking a different route on this, so I want to teach in another country. That's the route I choose, and YouTube is a way for me to share that too. To say, hey, you know, take action. I'm teaching, that would be my goal. Hey, I'm teaching in Japan and this is my
Right.
experience here.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, that's one of my goals.
You should document all this. People, I'm pretty sure people, especially your audience, would love to see how much
Yeah,
better of a martial artist you become, how much
yeah,
better of a salsa dancer you become. You know what I mean? Or your journey to Japan, teaching
yeah,
English. You could even record yourself for a few minutes learning a few words of Japanese. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a
I'm
good
pretty sure
idea.
I'm pretty sure people would love to see that development, and then,
Yeah,
you know, and let's say in the next 2 or 3 years, you're in Japan, and you can look back on that and be like, "Wow, this is where I started, and look where I'm at now." That's the
yeah,
power of video, and that's the power of documenting. Because to this day, I look back to like my first few videos, and I'm like, "Wow, I'm surprised people watch this stuff."
yeah,
But now I'm like, I compare it to my videos today, and I'm like, I came so far,
so far, yeah.
and the reason why I came so far is because I didn't give up. I kept going,
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
I would love to see your development. I would love, especially the martial arts and
yeah,
the Japanese. I would love to see the
yeah.
development.
Thanks.
You
Yeah, with
know,
the martial arts, I have a cousin who studies martial arts. So my plan was to like film a sparring, but it kind of fell through. But yeah, those are great ideas. I like those ideas, and I've already been thinking about a few of them. So
Yeah, that'd be awesome. What the heck?
yeah, nice.
All right, we are coming. We're gonna have to cut it a little short. My laptop is dying,
No worries.
but I hate to do that. We're having an awesome talk, but we're towards the end of my list of questions anyway,
Hmm.
and I wanted to end it with, what are your top three pieces of life advice?
Ooh, top three pieces of life advice. It's a good question. I mean, I already have one in mind. I'll just go up, talk about it. One would be whatever you have in your head, and this is something I've always believed in. Whatever, even if it's crazy, a job you want to do, a country you want to visit, take the first steps. Take action. That's the main thing. Because a lot of us, me for myself, it took me a long time to take action, and there's a lot of reasons why we don't take action. For me, I was afraid of being ridiculed. I was afraid of, what if I fail? Yeah, fear of failure, fear of being made fun of. We could list all these fears, but at the end of the day, it's us. Like, it's us that's gonna either do it or not. I mean, those fears, once you get over the fear, it actually feels good. Like, I mean, a lot of people will say that, once you get past the fear, you take the first steps, you'll you'll feel better about yourself. You'll grow in confidence. I'd say you'd be happier. You'll be, in a way, much closer to where you want to be in your life. I think a lot of people have said that. I would quote Miyamoto Musashi. It's, the actions that you take, they correct you. So whatever you do, whether it's a mistake, whether you were successful, you learn from it and you correct it. Versus someone who doesn't take action, they just stay where they are. What can you correct if you're not doing anything? You know and then the best example is in school. You take a test. If you don't take a test, you don't learn anything. But if you take that test, you pass or you fail, you learn. If you passed it, you said, hey, I did a good job. If you fail, you know what mistakes you could fix. So that's the analogy I give for taking action. You'll always learn from it. The second piece of advice, so first was action. The second would be, and it goes with action too, it's to be proactive. Don't wait for things. So that would be it. Don't wait for things to happen, because in waiting, nothing happens. If we wait for someone to give us something, that doesn't really empower you. So being proactive means, if you have something in your head, just go after it. Like, I want to travel this to Japan. So what steps can you take to do that? That comes with being proactive. Um, Something that kind of got me to that mindset was The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm reading that book right now. Yes.
proactive. I listened to that so many times because I just had to get it into my head. A lot of times I waited for things to happen. And then for me, you know, one of the things coming out of being, coming out of my family, they took care of me. Sometimes they took care of me too much, that I relied on them and to give me stuff or to provide for me. And being proactive, that listening to that just helped me. Hey, my family might not be there all the time. Uh, my friends might not be there all the time. So what can I do for myself? So that's it. Uh, that's the second piece of advice: proactiveness, which is also taking action, but it's proactive is just being mindful of the situation. Which leads me to my third piece of advice is mindfulness, being aware of yourself and where you're at in life. Because a lot of times we're too, we, you know, a lot of people, we have vices. For me, myself, I used to, like to go out and drink weekly, watch movies all the time, just things that wasn't really helping me on the long run, but it were things that kind of numbed my mind. Just like, okay, I'm doing this just because I need to pass the time. But once I took the time to think about myself, to think about others, to reflect, it helped me to be aware of, oh, okay, I'm living in this world and there's something I can contribute. And I started asking questions. What can I contribute? What can I do for others? Why am I here? So just starting to ask those questions and not running away from them, not numbing yourself to the external factors in life, helped me develop myself fully as the person I want to be. Because a lot of times, if we're not aware, we do things because someone says so, or we do things because the TV says so, and it's always we do things because of that, and because of that we don't take responsibility for ourselves. And I think that's why some of us like to like don't want to think, or don't want to numb ourselves. It's because we're too afraid to take responsibility. But if you guys could, if you know that's something I highly recommend, just to practice awareness. I mean, it may be hard at first, but like I said, taking the first steps, first actions to do so, even just asking questions about yourself, you'll learn more about yourself. And yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's perfect. Hey, you guys heard it here first from my man Michael. Those if you didn't hear what he said, make sure to go back, rewind this video, and listen to it. Those three things he said, those are extremely important things in life. What was the first one you said?
Take action
So
for the things
take
you want to
action,
do.
be
Yes,
proactive, right?
proactive. Yes,
And
and awareness.
be aware.
Aware. Yeah.
Amen. Those are some major keys right there.
Thanks. Yeah.
If I could leave anyone with anything, those would definitely be the top three.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
but yeah. Hey, man, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. For the people who are watching, where can they find you if they want to do some collabs? Where can they watch your videos? Where can they see your content?
Yes. So you could find me at on YouTube. My channel is Levor Insights. I'm also on Instagram. It's also Levor Insights. I also have a Twitter. I don't post as much. It's Levor Insights, and a Facebook group page called Levor Insights. So right across the board, Levor Insights. That's where you could find me.
Well, yeah, simple. A lot of people have very different names for everything, but yours is the same for everything. So you can just type in Levor Insights in any social media platform. Find my man, follow him, get his
Thank you.
content going. Hit him up if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe to his channel. He's doing some great stuff over there. First link in the description. Follow him on Instagram to be updated when he posts videos and stuff like that. He just started his channel, still growing, but has some awesome underappreciated content. So make sure to subscribe to his channel. Hit the link in the description. First link in the description.
Great.
And
Thanks.
yeah, man, of course. Any last words before we end it, wrap it up?
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to say is once again, thanks Ty for having me on. I was surprised when I saw the text. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, man. I was
I'm
like,
so excited.
why haven't I asked this guy yet? He definitely deserves um, some more recognition than he's getting, and it just totally. I meant to ask you a while ago, but I,
Oh,
it totally went past my head. I got a million things
yeah.
going on, and then it just popped up the other day, and I was like, you know what? I gotta make this happen for him. He definitely
Yeah.
deserves it. So, yeah, of course, it's the pleasure is
Thanks.
mine.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Which leads me to because at first I thought, hey, I'm still a small channel. Maybe I was scared actually. Like, I mean, not really scared, but I was nervous. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
small channel, but that leads me to the last thing I want to say. Just take action. Like I said, you can correct yourself through action. So yeah. And
Hey,
if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, yeah, only if you guys want to.
no, you guys should definitely head over to his channel, hit that subscribe button. But you guys heard it from Michael himself. Take action. So again, subscribe to Michael's channel. First link in the description. And if you're new to Ty Speaks, make sure you hit that subscribe channel right here on Ty Speaks. We're growing.
Yes.
We're about to hit 1K at the end of August. That is my goal. 1K at the end of August. I got some awesome stuff coming up. New program I've been working on for a few months. Merchandise release. 1K giveaway. It's all coming. So if you're new to Ty Speaks, make sure you hit
Yes.
that subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And as always, stay on point in this peacefully chaotic world. All right, guys. See you later.
All right. See ya.